Oh, yes, indeed. Look anywhere online and you'll find outrage over the dentist killing of a lion for sport. But you'll have to look a whole lot harder, both online and in the mainstream media, to find similar outrage over Planned Parenthood baby parts for sale videos. Fox News radio host Todd Starnes is here. How do you explain this difference, just in terms of the media reaction? How do you explain the difference?
Well, they just don't give a damn, quite frankly. They just don't care. At least Planned Parenthood wasn't chopping up the lion for parts like they're doing these unborn children. You know, our sister network, there was an interesting guest on. They're talking about how we should express outrage by what happened with these videos, but people who are pro-life and pro-choice can express outrage together. Stuart, what do they think is going on in those Planned Parenthood abortion clinics? They act like an abortion is like taking a mole off your face. They're killing unborn babies. That's what the choice is, life or death. This is what we're talking about here.
But apparently the country, in terms of the media that we see and look at, doesn't feel that way, does not feel that the body part sale is as important or as outrageous as the killing of the lion. I mean, and I don't know how to explain that. I really don't.
Because in our messed up world, we have a country now that does not have a moral compass. Right is wrong, wrong is right. And the country is in grave, grave danger. Stuart, since Roe v. Wade, nearly 60 million unborn children have been aborted in this country. Where is the outrage? And then over the weekend, you had the Senate Majority Leader stop a plan to defund Planned Parenthood simply because of petty politics. We're talking about unborn children here. This is simply outrageous. And I do believe that we are, you know, the question was raised by our colleague Bill O'Reilly, have we become a barbaric nation? Stuart, I believe that we are beyond a barbaric nation, and I'm not sure they have a word to describe what kind of a country we are right now.
I'm not going to play devil's advocate, but I am going to say what your opponents are saying. The body parts from aborted fetuses, little babies, are actually being used for very valuable medical research, and that you can swallow your feelings about abortion because the end result is good medical research which saves lives. Now, I know you don't favor that argument, but what do you say to it?
That's what they say. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it, Stuart. And again, does it really justify tearing a child out of the womb and crushing it in such a way that they can preserve those body parts? Just outrageous, and it's just indefensible. Our elected officials in Congress have to step up to the plate. We know that there has been legislation introduced to defund Planned Parenthood. I do not want a single penny of my tax money to fund this kind of an atrocity.
And what will you do with the Republican Party if they don't get this through Congress?
Well, I've written about this, and I believe that if the Republican Party cannot muster the fortitude and the courage needed to defund Planned Parenthood, they do not deserve to have leadership in Congress, and they do not deserve the White House in 2016.
If this goes through Congress and is approved by Congress, it goes to the president's desk, and you then essentially you put abortion into the 2016 presidential debate. It's right in the middle of it.
And it should have been. Look, I got to tell you, the Republican Party is playing politics with the abortion issue right now. They've been in control since 2013. Why haven't they tried to defund Planned Parenthood before these videos came out? Everybody knows what's going on in those abortion clinics.
The Republicans are going to be demagogued to death. This will be the war on women all over again, removing a woman's right to choose. That's what they will do.
But you know what, Stuart?
That's where we're going. I'm sorry, Todd. I can't sit here anymore and listen to this. That's where this is going to go. We've talked about this. This is a barbaric practice, whether you're pro-life or you're pro-choice.
What is the pro-choice? What is the choice? The choice is life or death, man. The choice is life or death.
And when you've got so many other issues.
Of course it's about abortion.
One at a time. Make your case.
Because this is... Make the election about abortion, something that was since Roe v. Wade. You really want to go all the way back to that debate when there's so many other issues that are facing this country. That's the election that you want to have in 2016, Todd.
Well, I do wonder if they've got the photographs of the piles of aborted little girls who do not have the right to live in this country because they've been aborted, and their arms and their limbs and their body parts have been auctioned off to the highest bidder.
You want to overturn Roe v. Wade? Is that what you're saying, Todd?
I want to defund Planned Parenthood.
Different
My tax dollars should not fund those kinds of atrocities.
That is a different argument.
Period.
But don't you think, Todd, the Democrats win in this argument over this issue?
Well, you know what?
In today's world, whether you like it or not.
Sadly, the Democrats do have the moral high ground to some extent here, because when they campaign for office, they say they do support abortion. They do support the Planned Parenthood. You've got Republicans out there that campaign as conservatives, but in reality, they govern just like the Democrats do. That's a pretty sorry state of affairs in my book.
All right, Todd Starnes, thank you very much for joining us. We have not heard the last of this, for sure.